Welcome back to the Chorus Podcast. I'm your host, Nalani Kaysia, and we are back with another season.
Here's Jerome, able to somehow get away. Nice spin move. Here's Jerome, comes up with it. Tries to move in, fires a shot, scores!
Welcome back to the Chorus Podcast. I'm your host, Nalani Kaysia, and I'm here with Nalani. How are you today?
Hey, everybody. Hey.
I'm excited to have you here, here in the flesh, live in the flesh,
I'm
the real
Nalani.
We missed Sayla, but that's
I'm sorry.
It's okay, but I wanted to have you on this episode because I feel like your story is incredible. You're an inspiration to so many people, including myself. And I just wanted to talk to you, hear about your journey to this point, and so.
I just want to say, I've been watching, and I was like, dang, I want to be on Milan's podcast, but I'm going to wait my time per the course, I guess.
Then I FaceTime you and send there, and you're like, oh.
Me? I'm so excited. Couldn't wait.
Okay, good. But, so just wanted to hear your story and start with where you're from, DC.
Yes.
Did you always play basketball? Did you start with basketball? I know you're triple sport athlete. So where did sports begin for you?
So sports is kind of in my family. My mom played basketball at Duke. Then played professionally. So growing up, I was always in the gym. But strangely enough, I was not athletically inclined when I was a child. Like I would go to little basketball camps here and there just to do stuff during the summer, but it was never like, this is really what I'm gonna do. I could not run and chew bubble gum. Like it was bad. I was not athletic at all, believe it or not.
Really? Was your mom like, name?
Yes. My mom was like, oh, please. And also like I'm tall, but I'm not super duper tall where I can get away with not being athletic. So she was like, oh man, okay. But she wouldn't take that as an answer. So like she had me on the track, she had me running steps, trying to at least get me a little bit athletic. And then I just started playing volleyball first. Volleyball is something I was really interested in first. Okay. Because my mom also coaches volleyball.
Wow. Okay.
So when she was coaching, I would be with practices and stuff, and just teaching myself little stuff based off what I saw, like how to serve, how to do all this stuff. And I was really excited about that. So that's my first real love. And then basketball is just, especially being from DC, like DMV area, basketball is just right. Like I played basketball and I enjoyed it to an extent, but I just played it because my mom played it when I first started. Okay.
So your love was really in volleyball.
Yeah, my love was really in volleyball. But then over time, you do something enough. You're around something, I feel like, okay, this ain't too bad.
Cool. Yeah. Being great at both is not, it's fine, right? Because people, I started soccer, I played basketball a little summer, and I ran track, and I was like, all right, this is just going to be soccer. But you're like, okay, let me do both. So, no, that's
I also
crazy.
have a super short attention span, so I get bored with one thing. I'm like, let's keep going back and forth.
That's, wow. So your mom was probably a big influence for you and a big motivation for you to just see every day. So knowing her story, how has that been for you just to push you every day?
I don't even, a lot of people ask me this and it's crazy because as much as my mom inspires me and I look up to her, at the same time, it's like I want to be me, like I want to be Nalani and not Janae's daughter. Right. Because actually, I went to the same high school my mom went to. Right. So we had some of the same teachers. We had some of the same coaches. Yeah. And so until maybe my junior year in high school, I was always, oh, that's Janae's daughter.
Right.
Like, no, I'm Nalani. So, like knowing the path she took and everything she was able to accomplish, definitely something I aspired to do. But at the same time, I wanted to put my own twist and flair on it so that it's like I'm me and not just like Janae's daughter. Yeah, so.
No, I definitely agree with that because my dad, same thing. Like he played soccer, he played internationally, he played professionally, and he's like, oh, everyone's like, you're Reggie's daughter. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm also Milan. I'm also doing
soccer superstar.
Love them. But it's also our life too, and we look up to them. They inspire us, but we're doing our things and we're taking our own paths. So I definitely love that. So so your mom was pushing you, and then when you went into middle school, when you're going into high school, were you always just volleyball is my passion and then basketball is something I do on the side, or was it like something you grew and you're like, okay, I need to do both? Like, how did that?
The honest answer was volleyball is my passion and basketball is something that like I do on the side. But I have this thing where I don't like being like average or mediocre. Right. Like if I have the potential. We know. Like my thought process is if I have the potential to be good at something, I might as well like try to be good at it. Right. Because if I'm not good at something, trust me, I'll be the first to say that's not my thing. Like can't draw worth a lick. So I stay in my lane. Right. But if stuff I think I can be good at, then I want to put my all into it to see like what it returns. So that was me with basketball. I played volleyball, worked super hard in volleyball, but then basketball was like middle school. Everybody gets buckets in middle school. So it's like everybody's saying, "Oh, you're good, good," but it's middle school basketball. Like,
not too much.
Like I'm not really doing too much. But I always had this want to be like as good as I could possibly be. And my mom signed me. Well, actually, my grandfather and my mom. One of them signed me up for an AAU team in like the 8th grade. And I was by far the worst player. Like, really? By far the worst player. Like, least athletic, worst player, not good at all. And it's just crazy because I would go from scoring 30 in a middle school game to coming to practice, not making a layup. Like, what? So, and my mom asked me every day, like, do you want to stay, like, on this team? Because, like, she didn't want to say, like, you're terrible. But, like, you're not. This might not be for you. But I was like, I like being the worst because it gives me something to strive towards and like see how much I'm progressing because I can compare myself to where I was. Right. So really, I'm just a hard worker. In short, I just like working hard to see what happens when I do, and that's how basketball really came to fruition over time.
Just to know that you're just always trying to be the best and just. So how was that having to balance both? Was that a lot? Did you ever were you ever overwhelmed?
It was a lot sometimes, but then I think it was only a lot when I sat and thought about all I had to do. You know, when like you're in the midst of doing stuff, you're like, this is just my regular day. So like during basketball season for high school, I know I had basketball practice, then I would go to volleyball practice, like club volleyball practice. Then after that, I would work out again for basketball. So so it'd be like a long day. Dang. But when I'm in it, it's just kind of like, that's just the routine. Like, okay, it's to be expected. Right. But then when the days where I could like really sit and think about it, like, dang, this is a lot to do. That's a lot. But I mean, all in all, I guess it worked out. So I don't really think about it too much. But at the same time, there are sometimes when I was in high school, like I had to miss stuff because of volleyball and basketball. Which made me, in the moment I was like, this is just something I have to do. But then looking back, I'm like, dang. Dang. I wanted to go to that party. I wanted to go to that lake. Like,
everything wants to be the weekend. You have a trip, you have a game, you had a tournament. Everything had to be that weekend. The one time you had something else.
The best party of the year had to be.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there. Don't remember that.
Had a volleyball tournament. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. But okay, that's good. And then you went to Sidwell, right? And that's a big school, I'm hearing and learning. So how was that experience there?
I guess it was an adjustment for me because I went to public schools growing up. So like not inner city public schools, but public schools in DC proper. So like we're all like we all look the same. We're all and then I go to Sidwell where it's literally what you imagine a movie to be, prep school, like that's what it is, a private school like that. So having to adjust and just find my way there was interesting at first because coming into Sidwell as like a DC black girl, like truly myself, surrounded by girls that have been in private schools all their life. Like, there would be times where they'd be like, oh, like, you're kind of ratchet. Or, oh. And I'm like, this is just the way I talk. It's just who I am. So it was finding myself, being comfortable enough in myself, and sports definitely helped with that. Just over time, just kind of owning Sidwell to a certain extent, like knowing.
I'm her.
I'm her. Not arrogant way, but like being confident enough in myself to be like, I'm her. Like, I don't know why I was letting all this really affect me.
And it's hard too because I the same thing happened for me. I was from public school, and then high school I went to a private school, and it was definitely a big adjustment. And it's like, for me, it was hard for me to find myself because, again, you're not seeing people that look like you all the time.
Yeah.
So you walk into a room and you're like, all right, like I'm fine being me. It's just like, dang, is there you question yourself sometimes.
Like, is something wrong with
you? Yeah. So like, I feel like high school prepared me in growing in confidence and like developing, me as a person, just knowing that like I'm me and that's fine, and I think that the same thing, I mean, from what I'm hearing for you, it's just like, you knew that when you walked in, I walked in the city hall and I was hurt. Like, it took me a minute to get there.
When was your I'm her moment?
I'd probably say like my senior year of high school, because with sports, we were a big football school, we were a big track school, basketball. So when you see other girls that are black and you see a lot of girls that are confident in themselves and then you befriend them, they're like, you're just as lit. Like you're just, and you have to, sometimes you need that reminder to just be like, okay, like I am lit. Then you need to keep reminding yourself in the mirror when you go home, and then it kind of just becomes habit, and then it's okay. And then you leave. And when I went to college, I was like, all right, like now that's when I got the I'm hurt. When I went to Maryland, that's when I was like, okay, I was 4 years late, but that's okay. That's all right. But okay, so when you were in high school, you played volleyball, you played basketball, and you ran track.
Yes.
So how did you start running track? Because that's 3 sports.
Honestly, okay, this is the thing. I came into high school saying like getting 12 varsity letters was a big deal. In high school. So I was like, I want to get 12 varsity letters.
Right.
So I was thinking, what spring sport could I do?
Right.
And I was thinking,
that's crazy.
Track seems cool. Like being outside, the weather's nice. Like track meets are really a social event. Like you do one, maybe 2 events, sit and talk the rest of the day.
Not for real, yes.
So I was like, oh, this seems fun. Let me do this. And I was debating between that and softball. Okay. But then my mom was like, do you really want to do softball where you're standing in the outfield all game, maybe not touching a ball? I said, you know what, Mom? You're on something. So I chose track, and lo and behold, it was actually so much fun because it was the one sport that I really had like no pressure in outside the pressure I put on myself. Right. And I could just go out there and like do what I wanted, but just do it.
Yeah, because I'm just playing this. I'm just doing this. Yeah.
Because for volleyball and basketball, it's like college on the line every time I step on the court. So it's like, all right.
That's facts.
But true. Track is like, nobody really paying attention. Yeah. People were paying attention, but in my eyes, I was like, I don't care about this.
This isn't really my sport. It's my 3rd sport. So which is crazy, but it's fine.
Exactly. Like I really, And actually, funny track story, I ran the 400 my first 3 years and hated the 400. Anybody who runs track knows 400 is awful.
Terrible.
Awful race. But, I played basketball, so I'm used to running long distances. Like, I have decent wind. And we're high schoolers. Like, it's nothing really serious. Yeah. But my high school was in the same league as, I don't know if you've heard of Bullis High School.
No.
For reference, the 16-year-old that was in the Olympics.
Yes. He
attends Bullis.
Okay.
Yes. So that they were in my conference. Okay. I'm going against, like, I'm good enough to be better than most of the girls in the rest of the conference, but you make the finals, you got to run against the best.
Real life,
eat, sleep, breathe track. So I'm about to run the 400. I start in lane 8. If you know, lane 8 is the one way in front. So you feel
you're
good.
Lit. You're like, all right.
I'm already starting ahead. I lie to you not, Milan. 3 seconds into the race, they pass me. I'm in dead last. I said, oh yeah, nah. I said, you'll never catch me running this race again. I said, the 400 not for me. Like, I was like, I'll put me in any other event. Like, I did field events. I was like, put me in those events and I'll get you first place. Don't ever put me in this 400 again.
That 400 is that's crazy. That is crazy.
Ever. Especially all you see is legs kicking in front of you and I'm running this straight away.
And you're going as hard, as the hard as you can. You're
like, not catching up. Man, I don't need this. So from that point on, I said, the 400 is done. I'm done. Call it.
Hey, you tried it? You did it?
I did it.
You didn't conquer it, but you did it.
I did it. I scored a point or two for
there
my
you
school.
Go. You can,
my eighth spot.
Yep.
Period.
Nah. I did that 400. I was like, listen, y'all got it. I said
I feel like soccer is the best condition.
No, the 400 is just like, what's crazy is I would rather do like a 800 or some like more laps than just one, because it's like you're sprinting, you have to sprint the whole time. You know what I'm saying? For an 800, I can start with like a nice stride, and then the second time I'm like, okay, like when you're doing a 400, it's just sprint the whole time. So by the time, I don't know how to control my pace when I'm in middle school, I'm in high school, and then by the time I get around the first lap, or the first curve, I'm like, I'm done. Like, but these girls are still flying. So I'm like, okay, well, this isn't for me. And that's it. But soccer, it's like, okay, soccer, I'm jogging, I'm sprinting. So that's more like the 800. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go slow pace, faster pace, sprint type of thing. So yeah, I understand. I get that 400. I get that. Yeah, so do you feel like that prepared or helped you with conditioning and basketball? Or
I do, to an extent. People might hate me for this. Conditioning's never really been like an issue for me. Like I know people are gonna hate me for this. Like running has never really been like when I wasn't good at it, I hated it. Right. But once I understood running, not really. Like I didn't hate it necessarily. Like there's never a point where I get like super duper duper out of shape. Yeah. But it definitely helped because I could just run and run. And not get tired because, like you said, 400, you're sprinting the whole time. Right. And then the practice for the 400, even if you're running like pacers, you're still dang near sprinting for practice. So it definitely helped. Coaches all the time like, you just don't get tired. I was like, nah. I mean, you play 3 sports, so I'd hope. I don't think that was because you're playing 3 sports. I was good at 1, so 3. I would bet money that you were good at track and run. I would bet money. See, the thing is, I'm not fast. I can just stay a great pace for a long period of time. And that could make a great track runner. I don't know why you're acting like that. Like, I guess, but then I was like, I need a purpose. I need something to run with, Fair. I need to run for something. If I'm just running around the track to hear people go, that's not for me. True. I need something to score. You running up and down. That's crazy you say that, because I think the same thing with soccer. I'm like, y'all run so much for 2 points. Yeah. And we only get the ball for like 8 minutes a game. Like we only touch the ball 8 minutes of 90 minutes. Crazy. Yeah. It's crazy you say that about track, because I think the same thing about soccer. I'm like, y'all just ran for 90 minutes? I didn't think about that. That's true. See, this is good we have a college, because I didn't even think about that. Y'all score on a great day, y'all might score 5 points on a phenomenal day. But on a regular day, it's 1 to 2 points. You're right. I'll give you that. You're right. So basketball, volleyball, track. And when you were going into college, or when you were deciding where you wanted to go to college, was it always volleyball? Was track in there too? Or was it what was going through your head when you were deciding where you wanted to go and what you wanted to do? I can say for me, track was never in it. Okay. Like the track coaches that were at the meets were like, are you doing this in college? Absolutely not. Like don't lie to me. Like let's be for real. But I did I came out of high school wanting to play both. Okay. Volleyball and basketball. I actually originally committed to Georgetown to play both. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. So first 2 years I was going to play volleyball. Second 2 years I was going to play basketball. Okay. Some things happened. It was just a foul situation. Yeah. And I find out January of my senior year of high school. Mind you, I committed junior year. Right. January of my senior year of high school, I'm not going to Georgetown anymore. Really? So I had to open my recruitment back up. Yeah. Recruitment, especially during our day, like our time, people are committing early as crap. So like spots are feeling like this. So I was stressing, like, what am I going to do? So put the fillers back out, like, my recruiting's back open. Some volleyball schools reached out, some basketball schools reached out, but like I said, volleyball was my first love. Yeah. So I was like, I want to go play volleyball. So I chose Charlotte. I took a visit. I loved Charlotte as a place compared to other places I visited. Then I was like, they also have football. Yes, so like, that's a game big plus. Yes. Like this is actually, it feels like a college campus. Like this is when I thought of college, that's what I thought of in Charlotte. Yes. And that was the only school that I had at that moment that really gave that to me. So I chose Charlotte. And once you chose Charlotte and you went there, how was that transition from Sidwell to the school? It was in terms of what though? Like
just in general, like was it hard to adapt to being by yourself, like just not being at home because you're going to North Carolina, so you're not home anymore. And then as far as like, okay, you're playing volleyball, so it's just one sport. You're not looking at now. You just got to take one. You know,
true. Very true. I'm a type of person, I like being alone, so being like by myself wasn't really a huge shocker to me. Honestly, I'm also an only child. So,
okay.
That wasn't really like a huge like, but having to play one sport was a little bit of a shocker, because I would say like in high school, if I was in a slump in like volleyball, if I was in a slump in volleyball, I could be like, okay, well, like I'm still doing great in basketball. Or if I was in a slump in basketball, I'm still doing great in volleyball. Right. But you know, once you get college and it's an adjustment. Like you're the creme de la creme where you come from, but then you get to college and it's a little bit of an adjustment period. Right. And I have nothing to fall back on. Like it's just me in the mirror looking like this is all I have, volleyball. Like I got to figure this out. Yeah. So that was hard, but then like everything, you've kind of find your groove. As a freshman, you figure out what works for you, and like you get comfortable. And
that's good. So once you started playing, because you played your 3 years there, how was the season? How did you feel? Just getting acclimated with the team. How was that?
So my first year, I'm gonna be raw and uncut. My team the first year, I was not the biggest fan of. I've always been. I'm a really mild mannered and like pretty mellow person, but if you have me like bent and messed up, I'm gonna say something. Yeah. And some of the older girls on our team were just, and I'm a competitor. Like I don't like to lose. Right. So we going into games against like good teams, and they're like, oh, I hope so and so doesn't hit the ball in my face. Like really? Yeah, like, that's y'all not going in with the right mindset. Yeah. And I grew up thinking like, we lace our shoes up, we put our defense on the same way. So
it don't matter. Yeah.
So hearing that before games used to really throw me. And then on top of that, we didn't have a losing record, but we were losing. And I was like, ew. Right. So like certain days, the older teammates would say stuff in the locker room, and then all of a sudden they realize, oh, their career's about to be over. So they are like, guys, like this is about to be the end of our career. Like, we really want to go out with a bang, blah, blah, blah. So I giggled. Because I'm like, the freshmen have been saying this the whole time. Let's do our big one. Right. And now y'all season about to be over.
And it's like, let's perform
really
a miracle.
Get it together. Yeah. I'm like, no. Like, and then she's like, what's so funny? And she tried to get bucked. I said, whoa, I'm not the one. And then I told her about herself, and that was just a whole big thing. Yeah. But don't let this, I'm super unproblematic. I promise you. But that was my first year experience.
Yeah. As a freshman too. That's probably hard. Yeah.
So, and then my second and third year, I loved my teammates. It was another adjustment, just coaching, and like the way coaches were treating me and speaking to me was different, which was also hurtful for me just because I'm my freshman year, I was in this locker room riding for y'all, riding for the coaches, really trying to help y'all. But now you go and treat me like that. It's crazy. Yeah. So, but it's a business.
Yeah, and it is a business.
Everybody deals with their own demons. That's what I also realized over college. Like everybody, no matter how old, from 18 to 60, they're dealing with their own demons. So I just had to accept that, take it on the chin, and just really fall into my teammates and just rally around them, like have fun with them and just be happy with them.
No, that's kudos to you, because I felt that. I definitely felt everything you just said, because it's hard to be a freshman and going into a program where you are playing too. So sometimes you could pose a threat at times, and like you just don't want it to become something it shouldn't be, you know? So I definitely, I understand. But okay, so 3 years at Charlotte, were you missing basketball? Were you like, all right, like I'm itching to play? Or it was something where, you're like, okay, like we'll see what happens?
I think it was an itch to play, to show. And this might be like the arrogance in me. Yeah. It was an itch to show, because you know how when you go to college, a lot of times, especially when you play sports in college, a lot of times other teammates and stuff be like, oh yeah, I played this sport in high school too, or I played this sport. Right. And I want to, in my head, I'm like, no, I really did this.
Yeah.
Like, I really.
No, yeah, you did.
It's not like, I played, I really played basketball. So like, it was an itch to do that, to show like, this isn't like, I used to just be on the team.
Right.
Like I really, so like there'd be times I would go to our rec and like football players would be there. Yeah. And I would hop on with the football players just for the vibe. Just to play.
Yeah.
But past that, I wouldn't say itching. Yeah. Just being arrogant. Yeah, no,
really. Listen, I love that because you came and did it. You did what you did both. So you had the right to do whatever you wanted to do. So once you finished at Charlotte, what made you want to transfer and start? Did you know you wanted to play basketball somewhere else? Did you want to play volleyball somewhere else?
That's the thing. Basketball was not on my vision at all. When I entered the transfer portal, I was thinking I want to go to another school for volleyball. Right. I put up good numbers my entire career at Charlotte, so I was thinking like, I'm gonna get somewhere good. Right. And once again, because of things out of my control, and this is where I realized people have demons no matter the age. I didn't really have the opportunities I wanted to for volleyball. And that was tough. That's probably one of the toughest things I had to go through in college, just because it was like a ending to a story that it wasn't ready to end yet. Like I had to not call it quits, but basically come to grips that like my volleyball career for college is over. Right. And like I didn't get the senior night. I didn't get the farewell. Like I didn't get any of that. It's just like, well, that's done. Yeah.
And 3 years is a lot of time too. You
just had one more year.
Like, yeah, you were right there.
I'm right there. Like,
yeah, I see that.
So I went through all that to be right there, and then I don't even get to like reap the benefits of it. Was tough, and I truly loved volleyball. Yeah, like, without a shadow of a doubt. So like I always joke that when I realized like volleyball wasn't really panning out in the transfer portal, and we decided like, I'm gonna start working out for basketball. You know how when dudes are like going through stuff, they have like no haircut, no all facial hair, like just waking up grinding. That's literally what I was. That's literally what I looked like. Okay. Waking up, rolling out of bed, just like, all right, let's do this again. Here we go again. Back in the gym, like not saying a word. Really? Like yes, literally like not saying a peep, just rolling out of bed, just do it. Because I was so, like, it was really hard for me. I was really, really sad. Yeah. Because not only, like, coming to grips with volleyball's over was hard. Yeah. But then just, I came home. So, like, I wasn't even at school anymore. I had no friends. I had no teammates anymore. I'm at the age where everybody else is still in college. So even though I'm home, everybody's still at school. So I'm just dolo, floating through life. Like, I don't know what's next. Like, I put in all this work to not know what's next.
That's hard.
So I was just grinding. Yeah. Literally, if I was a dude, I'd have no shaved beard, no haircut. Like, just looking rough.
Rolling out of bed, Crocs on, no socks.
Crocs on, water bottle in hand, just ready to go hoop. Literally.
The walk got it.
Yes. Like ready to go hoop. No,
that's good though, because every time I refer back to you did what you were supposed to do. Like you did it, and I'm glad you did it. So was your mom excited like that you were? How was everything with that? Did she want to?
Yeah, she was excited. Yeah. I don't know. We have a thing in our family where we don't get too high. So it's kind of like, okay, that's done. Like, whew, we got somewhere. Like, you're going to school somewhere. Like, now it's on to the next thing. Like, what do you want to accomplish next? So I didn't really get like a whole, like, I'm proud of you for sure, but it wasn't like a big thing. Yeah. So she was happy though. She was like, oh, I always thought you would be better at basketball anyway. So I was like, okay, Mom. All right. So it all worked out the way it was supposed to, for sure.
And then, so once you went in the portal, did Mason come right away? Like, how was that process?
That's another thing. Like, because I was in the volleyball portal and I hadn't played basketball in 3 years, like, basketball was not looking for me. Right. So I was really just going through my contacts, seeing like coaches who are still coaching basketball, texting. Yeah. And strangely enough, like, I first reached out to the coach at William & Mary. He's no longer there. And he immediately responded and was like, I remember you recruiting you from high school. Yeah. Send over your transcripts. Like, we'll get you on a visit here, this, that, and the third. Yeah. So I was like, okay, it's working out. Like, we in there. Then, so that was a Friday. Yeah. And then Monday came. No, that was a Monday. Then he was trying to get me on a visit there on Friday.
Okay, dang.
Friday came around. He was like, yeah, I'm actually no longer the coach there. He had gotten fired. So I said, okay.
I bet.
Okay. Another little setback, but we gonna shake back. It's okay. That one really took the wind out of my sails. Yeah. You know how like in movies they go through like the montage where the music is playing, like they're getting their mojo back, and it's like, okay, this is it, and then it fell through. I said, oh, okay.
All right.
But my mom's friend actually knew Coach Bolton, who was on the staff here.
Okay.
And Bolton actually recruited me when he was at Georgetown.
Okay.
So he had like remembered me kinda.
Okay.
He had come to see me work out at the gym I was working out at all the time. And he was like, well, I like what I see, but like we'll have her come play pickup with the team.
Yeah.
So I came to play pickup, and I guess within like 20 minutes, my mom said that they called her and said like, we want to offer her.
Wow.
Which is crazy, because when I say I was so nervous.
How long were you in the gym for after you played volleyball? How long were you?
So I came home and started working out in January, and then I got offered in March. So like 2-3 months. I'm telling you, no cut, no shade.
You're gonna piss me off, right? You're gonna piss me off.
That's literally the type
if
of time
I just wanted to go play a sport, play another sport, it's like January for like, 3 months. That's all right. Okay, you're gonna piss me off. All right, they offer your mom. Okay, they told you that.
They called her and told her that they offered me.
Yeah.
And then they told me after the fact that they want to offer me, and I was just like, I almost cried because it was just so much in like a 3-month span, so many emotions, like, and I was like, wow, like the hard work paid off, because I could say I'm blessed, because there's a lot of people that could work at this for 3 months and they'd be like, you're not picking you up. Like,
a lot of people.
So,
it
was really crazy to me that was a possibility and that I was able to do it. Like, I really sat and looked back at it for like 2 minutes. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
All right.
Time to I was like, okay, time to keep working out, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know what? Hell yeah.
Exactly. That's how it is. That's how it is. No, that's good though. That's amazing. Yeah. Wow. So. 3 months so you got an offer. That's crazy. Okay. So you get to Mason, and this is now your 4th year. And once you get there, how was getting acclimated with the team, starting, it's basketball conditioning? How was all of that?
It was funny because I was being a 4th year. I was 21 years old. So I was nice and grown.
Right.
I'm basically a baby again. I don't know how any of this works.
Yeah.
But I really can say like, I love my teammates. Like before that, there were a lot of times where I would play like AAU basketball and like little summer league basketball, and I would never fit in with the team. And I was like, I have to be the problem. Like, I have to be, and it's not like they'd be jerks to me, but it just be like I was a piece that just didn't fit. So I was nervous about that coming into Mason for sure, but they're my dogs. Like my teammates were my dogs. Within the first, it's funny because within the first 2-3 weeks of summer school, me and 3 of my other teammates got matching tattoos. So
matching tattoos?
Matching tattoos.
You really fit. Wow.
And it was on a whim. It was like sitting this is why study hall is they should abolish summer school study hall. Sitting in study hall, not doing no type of work, just chatting like
you came up with tattoos.
Came up with matching tats. So and we did it, and I don't regret it. Like they're still my girls to this day. Like
that's good.
We have a group chat. We talk all the time. Like,
that's beautiful. Wow. Okay, so you get first season, and then love the girls. Okay, so that's your 4th season. Then how was moving into your 5th season?
Going into my 5th season, I got back in that mode. Like I was like, because my first year I had a good amount of success. Yes. I was like, okay, I can actually be.
You made the rookie team.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I can actually be pretty good.
So wait, hold on. So you stopped playing volleyball for 3 years. You got an offer of basketball 3 months. Then you made the rookie. Okay.
Stop.
Yeah, I just had to just be. I had to. Stop. Okay.
Stop.
I'm here now. I'm here. Okay, made the rookie team. Go ahead.
But I was sitting there, I was like, I made some stuff shake. Like this first year, like if I really lock in, I can really do my big one.
Right.
So I was back in that mode, like if I was a dude, no cut, no nothing, just locked in, locked in on the gym. Like I would jokingly text my coach and be like, no motion, straight hoops, like really locked in, truly locked in, like really trying to do my big one. Right. But then life had other plans. As you know, I got pregnant, so I could only play like 6 games in my 5th year. Let me tell you, getting pregnant and being an athlete, crazy experience, because I realized I've never had a major like injury where I had to like come back, but I would think being pregnant is like the opposite. So on the injury, you feel your worst in the beginning. You're hurt, you just had surgery, you're trying to relearn your body in the beginning, but over time it gets better. Being pregnant, complete opposite. So like at first you feel like I feel a little weird, but like I still feel like myself. Then slowly but surely stuff starts to hurt that never hurt before. I can't run the way I used to. I can't jump the way I used to. I'm breathing hard off one up and back. Like I just over time I just felt myself like slipping away, like the athletic version of myself just slipping away. So that was really hard for me, like not only physically but like mentally, because I would try to do stuff I normally could do and I just could not do it. And like I wasn't producing the way I wanted to. And it was just extremely frustrating, especially because I put in so much work during the summer that I was like, no way. Like I can't believe this. So that was my 5th year. That was and then sitting out was difficult. Just because nobody really knew. Cause like I didn't really show I wear baggy clothes, didn't really show a whole lot. Like people just think, oh, she gained weight because she's injured and hasn't been playing. But like every day was a daily struggle. Just like when I looked in the mirror, I did not see like this myself I normally saw. And everybody says like, oh, like you're doing something amazing, like you're creating a child, blah 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 blah. Which sounds good, but when you're in it, especially as like an athlete where you're used to your body being a certain way, being able to do this, like it's like, this is terrible. I do not like this at all. So it was tough. It had days where they were definitely hard. Like hormones are not like the days were just hard sometimes, but that was my 5th year.
How were you able to get through that?
My teammates, honestly. So days where I was really, really down, they would just be there to like pick me up or talk to me. And then being a teammate to them, like they're going through their own things, like whether they're injured, whether they're on the court and trying to figure stuff out. Like I still had to be that leader and that person to like talk to them, which helped. And then honestly, I'll say me and Netflix went together real bad. When I tell you
what shows put me on.
Oh my gosh. So I watched NCIS 24/7, watched Shameless. What else did I watch? I was watching so much stuff because I would wake up, go to lift, I lifted probably longer than I played basketball, but go to lift, go back to my room, go to practice, come back, not move the rest of the day. Like, the rest of the day not move. So I'm just watching TV, watching shows, and it get lonely. It would 100% get lonely, but like those are the times you like come to miss a little bit now.
When you're in the midst of everything.
It's like I miss the days where I could just, or like days where if I didn't feel 100, I took like maybe 1 or 2 of those days where I didn't feel 100%. I was like, I'm just not going to practice today. Like, I'm not going to lift. I'm not going to practice. And like you miss those days. When you're in practice, in 3-hour practice, you're like, please, could you just be over? Please. But that's what really got me through it. And knowing that like at the end of the day, I'm gonna meet my baby girl. And then at a certain point, I start to feel her kick and stuff. So like even when I felt like beautiful, alone, I would feel her like, fluttering in my stomach. And if she'd be here now, she would be crawling all over the place. So you would see what I would deal with in my stomach.
Yes, beautiful, Zayla. Beautiful. We love Zayla. So was it always? Did you know that you wanted to name her Zayla? Like, how did you come up with the name?
I always said like if I had a kid, Zayla was one of the names I liked. I like the name Zayla, Zayla.
Okay.
But then I was like, I've seen that before. Like, I want to be a little different. And then I was thinking of other ways to make that Z sound, and it was an X, like xylophone and things like that. I said, I might be on to something.
Yeah, no, you were on to something. That name is hard. You did a little accent too. That's tough. No.
So that's where Zayla came from, Baby Zay. You get a bunch of nicknames out of it too. Baby Zay, Zay Lizzie, because her name is Zayla Elizabeth.
Okay.
Zaytoven. There are more. I just gotta think about them. But yeah, so
And how was that having her? Just bringing her into this world?
How was that? It's funny. We were just talking about this before we walked in.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't even know how to describe it. It's one of those things where you know it has to happen, but when it's about to happen, you're like, holy crap. Like, I have to do this. Like, there's no, I can't back out. Like, I have to do this.
Yeah.
So, the thought, when you're in it, you don't think about, like, what you have to do to have her.
Yeah.
But then, before you really get into it, you're like, holy crap, I really have to do this. Holy crap. Like, she can't just stay inside me. Like, I have to have her. But I don't even know how to describe it. It's one of those things. They say, like, your body produces a hormone or, like, drug that makes you forget everything. And that's so accurate because I remember it, but not enough where I'm like, can give you every detail.
Yeah.
Nor would you want every detail. But, like,
just like how was having Zayla, just bringing her
into life. It was nice once she was finally out and being like, this is what this year has been like. These are the little feet that's been kicking my stomach. These are the little hiccups that have been. This is the face that I see on the sonograms. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I shed a little thug tear because I was like, wow, like, I really had her. Like, she's a person.
Yes.
And that feeling never stops, honestly. Like, even when she gets, she's about to be 1. So
that's crazy.
I look at her, I'm like, you're a person. Like, you're actually not just like a little lump that just lays there. You talk, you crawl, you have an attitude. Like, you're a person.
Yeah. And she's beautiful. She's a beautiful person. So no, that's amazing. And then as you went into your 6th year this year, a great year, phenomenal year. I could keep going year, but. How is just, raising her? I know you have a great village, you talk about that a lot. And then going into this last season, what was your mindset? Like, how did your village get you through everything? How did they help you get through everything?
Let's see, how this 6th year. So obviously going into the season, I just had Zay. So I was like, I want to do this for Zayla. Like, I want to make her proud. Like, I want her to be able to brag. Like, this is my mommy for sure. But then things don't always go like as I planned. So like I started the season off pretty good. Like, all right, getting back in the feel of things. Like, I can play again. I was super nervous. I was like, after I had this baby, I don't know if I'm gonna bounce back and play the way people expect me to. So I was nervous. But the first few games, I was like, okay, this is. I feel like kind of like myself. Was getting my groove, and then I went through like a slump, and the slump was really tough on me. Like, my village is there for when I need them for like Zayla for practice or games or things of that nature. But like, I feel like it was hard to explain to anybody like, what this felt like, what this feeling was. Cause it's like spinning my wheels. Like, I'm working so hard. I'm in the gym extra. Like, Zay in her carrier, I'm getting extra shots up, all this other stuff. And it's just, I'm not producing right now. Like, and it's not for lack of effort.
Right.
And it just felt like everything I was working towards was just slipping away. Like, literally slipping away. And so as I was dealing with that, I had to stay positive because I have Zayla looking up to me. Like, she doesn't know what's going on, but she's going to tell if like her mom's sad all the time. So I realized I couldn't be too caught up in myself. And I also told myself, like, I put the work in. Like, it's going to show eventually, right? And that's easier said than done. Because one game go by, oh, that was a bad game. Another game, all right, I'm in a little bit of slump. Another game, dang. 4th, 5th, 6th game. Am I even good at basketball? Like, what is going on? So that was tough. And then just as the season progressed, we're winning though. So it was hard. like it was getting pulled both ways because we're winning, and I don't want to seem like a hater. Like I'm doing bad, so I don't care that we're winning. Yeah. So it wasn't that, but it was just like I want to be happy, but it's hard for me because this is my final season. Like this is my last dance, and I can't even. I'm not doing the things I want to do. But over time, like I remained faithful and just kept working, kept saying like it's gonna turn over eventually. Like, it's gonna work out. And it did. Like it all turned over. Like towards the latter part of the season, things were going good. And then once we reached the A10 tournament, I was like, okay, like I gotta shake back.
Please, let's talk about the A10 tournament. Please, we need to talk about this.
Oh my gosh, A10 tournament. Let me preface by saying this was the A10 tournament, and how I was the A10's fault because, as you know, right before the tournament, all conference team come out. And I knew I didn't have a good season, like, offensively. That wasn't... So I didn't expect to make, like, first team, second team, third team. But I was like, defense? I'd be locking people down. And I was like, I'm leading the conference, or I'm second in rebounding and, like, second in blocks. Like, I should be on the all defensive team. That list came out. My name wasn't on that list. I said, oh, no, y'all can go to hell. Watch this.
They watched this.
I said, watch this.
They watched.
From that point forward, even in practice, I was on something. Like that first practice where they told us before they posted it. I was hurt. Like I was messed up. I was really hurt. And like I was out of it that practice. That practice happened. I was mad. I had an attitude, and I admit that. I was mad. Had an attitude. Nobody talks to me right now. Like whatever. But after that, I was in that mode. I said, nah. Practice players, y'all are getting to work. Teammates, y'all are getting to work. Cause no way they just did me dirt. I was like, even if I can't score a bucket, y'all are gonna know I was here. And then that just carried over to the A10 tournament.
Did it carry over? Did it carry over? I turned on the TV. I was like, hold on. I said, hold on. This can't be real life. This cannot be real. I see you in the camera. I'm like, hold on. Like, this can't be. They gotta win now. Like, I'm sitting here like, they gotta win. They have no choice. Rebounds, block. I'm like, I was acting out of character. I know I was. I was acting out of character. That was crazy. No, it was. Looking back, I was acting so. If anybody knows that's watching this, that is not I'm not the type to like score and perp. I'm not the type to do anything. Like I might give you a little look, but like me really talking that talk. Not me. But you did it.
Yeah, I did.
And it was earned. You did all that because goodness. Well, I'm up on the TV like, come on, like he's like I was lit. Like no, you and then you won all championship team. You made that, and you guys won the championship. Yeah. So how was that to win? Have Zayla there? How was that?
It was a whirlwind to say the least. Just because it felt good that I felt like I contributed in helping like make history. Like we had never made the NCAA tournament, never won the A10. So that was a great feeling. But then everything after that was just a whirlwind. People want to talk to you here. People want to talk to you there. They want to take pictures here. We got to do this. We got to go here. We got to do this. And I'm like, dang, like we gonna practice? We gonna shoot? Like what's going on? But it definitely is something I feel like I'll appreciate when I'm further removed from college, because during it I was excited about it all, but at a certain point I was like, oh my gosh, we have to talk to somebody again. Like we have to show up to another event, and like don't get me wrong, love the support from Fairfax, from Mason, from everybody, but it's just after a while it just seemed like another thing on the list of things that we had to do. But I know once I get older, I'm gonna be like, wow, they really wanted us to be here. They really want us to talk there. So yeah, it was cool. It was crazy. I also said I don't think I could ever be like a social media influencer or anything like that, because I was getting overwhelmed by like the notifications coming through my phone. I was like, please stop it, stop, leave me alone, please leave me alone. Like thank y'all, thank you, but please leave me alone. Like I'm just a girl. So everybody that is like a social media person and really on that, all power to you, because not for me at all. I was getting overwhelmed, and I just would close my phone, lock it, close it. I ain't got it. No more. I'm sorry. So with that being said, if any notification came through and you're like, dang, she didn't respond, I'm sorry. Okay?
Yeah, okay, I understand now. I said congratulations. No, I'm playing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but it's been cool. It's definitely been cool. Yeah. Going to the NCAA tournament was a nice experience. I like to joke, we went dancing, but we just did a little two-step, a little 1-2. We ain't do too much. We did not do too much. You can laugh about it now, but we did a little two-step. We ain't really go dancing.
You were still there, though.
Yeah.
You were still there doing the two-step.
We didn't really bust a move. It was just a little two-step, a little calm two-step in the corner. A little two-step in the corner.
I like that. I'm gonna give that.
But we went dancing, so that was definitely cool.
Yeah.
Going to Louisiana was cool. Didn't get all the grades that I would want to, but I digress. But yeah, it's just crazy to think about. Like, we really made March Madness.
Yes.
And that's something that's never been done before, because I feel like I've never really heard of a school where like they've never been to March Madness.
Yeah.
So
you're in history.
Yeah.
Like, you will be a part of history.
Which is crazy, because like what?
Yeah.
We're all just girls.
Right. Like history.
We're
like 100 years ago, see Nalani with us. Yeah.
Like first team to make.
Whoa. That's crazy. But
super crazy.
You did that, and I'm proud of you.
Thank
you deserve all of that. All the love. Even though you didn't like the social media love, you deserved it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what's next? What's next?
Right now I'm trying to continue to play professionally. Okay. And just figure out what that looks like for me. Talking to agents, talking to people, figuring out how that's gonna look with Zayla.
Yeah.
If I do go overseas, like in an entirely different country with a 1-year-old,
right?
How's that gonna work? Yeah, and then just honestly trying to not have as much fun as possible, but just like taking the fact that like I'm in my last 2 years, 2 months of college. Yeah. So I'm not gonna get this time back. Yeah. Which is also kind of hard because I have a baby. So it's like, I can't just sporadically do stuff the way I used to. Yeah. I mean, Zay be riding though. That's my girl. Zay be riding. So yeah, we be outside. But yeah, just really enjoying taking everything in. And just appreciating, maybe taking a second to appreciate like everything that I've been able to accomplish just throughout time, because I realize I don't really do that. I might talk about it, but I don't really sit. It's just like once, and I feel like this, like once you do, it's like okay, that's done, on to the next thing. Okay, that's done, on to the next thing, and you don't really sit and think about like I really did this. So.
And you did so much. Like you have done so much. Like when I was working and I saw you walk out for senior night, I just started crying because I was like, this girl deserves the world. You are no, seriously. Like you are just a great person, like a great friend, a great athlete, great mother, and seriously, you deserve everything that's coming for you. And
thank you so much.
I wish you like all of this, because
this is coming from the most humble person I know, guys, because you're a superstar. I don't know. I feel like she says her name in the beginning, but she's a superstar. If y'all didn't know, she's a superstar.
This one right here,
she's a superstar. So don't let it fool you. She's a superstar, and she does everything under the sun, and it's just amazing. And also an amazing person and human, and just always has a smile on your face. Like, I don't think you understand how much like I appreciate those days, like on the hardest days. Like it really means a lot.
And same with you. I remember there was one day and I was oof. And you were like, you okay? I was like, we gonna talk. You're like, all right. Just let me know if you need anything. And you just like checking on me was just enough for me to just get through lift and go to practice. And then you see me the next day and you're like, all right, we're good. Like we shake back, we just keep going. And you just, even if you don't know, you just know that something's off and you're always there. And I appreciate you for that. And Zayla has an amazing mother. And just, you're just the greatest. That's all, everyone. She's the greatest. We had the greatest on the podcast. So Yes, I had fun. This was fun.
Nice. Wow, I'm so honored. Oh my gosh, I gotta text Sonia and be like, I'm on Milan's podcast. I gotta text Sonia. I gotta text
her. She'll be watching this probably.
Yes, I'm gonna text her.
But yes, I appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
I know y'all enjoyed it. I'm not gonna. I know y'all enjoyed it. But make sure you follow Nalani on all her platforms. I don't know about social media, but follow her.
Y'all can follow me. Just follow. Bear with me, y'all. But you can follow me.
And then follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and yeah, we'll see y'all next time. Bye.